Umpiring is not an exact science, but there are certain rules and conventions which will give the umpire a better chance to keep the game safe and fair, and for each team to feel that they won or lost on their own merits. The aim of this DVD is to guide the umpires towards the ideal. Firstly, let us look at the qualities of a good umpire. First and foremost, he must know the rules so that he can make the right decisions when he is on the field. His credibility will be undermined if he makes a series of mistakes. Every umpire should have read the rules, watched the HPA DVD, and passed the basic test. He thus should have a knowledge not only of the field rules, that is to say how the game is played, but also those concerning handicap, equipment for players and ponies, duration of play, and the rules governing the throw-in and penalties. Secondly, an umpire must have the ability to concentrate. It is very easy to get carried away with the play, or to let one's mind wander as if out for a hack in the park. But it is at these moments that fouls will go unpunished. An umpire has to be constantly rehearsing the line that the ball has taken, or will take, and from this establish which player or players have the right of way. That this will change constantly presents a further challenge and necessitates the requirement to move about the field to take up the line. Thirdly, umpires must be even-handed towards each team. Teams are very quick to pick up on any hint of bias. It is as much in perception as in fact, but umpires must be aware of the problem. For example, if one team is awarded a penalty for a particular foul, then the same penalty should be given against the other for a similar foul. Fourthly, and perhaps most of all, umpires must be clear, decisive, and firm in their judgment and in the way that they control the game. Umpires should not be influenced by the antics of the players, nor engage in dialogue with them. As well as making sure the game is played according to the rules, they must manage the players to gain their respect and to keep them on their side. It is the two teams who are on the field to do battle. The umpires are there to see safe and fair play only, and should try to keep as low profile as circumstances allow. The referee. In the normal way, there will be two umpires on the field and a referee. The referee should be an experienced player, positioned in an elevated seat, away from any distractions, and preferably in radio communication with the umpires. He, perhaps even more than the umpires, must force himself to concentrate, as he can be called upon at any time to make a decision which could well have a bearing on the outcome of a match. If the umpires are not in agreement, or require a decision from the referee for whatever reason, they should briefly outline the situation on the radio, or use the recognized hand signals. Should the referee be in doubt, he should rule no foul, or summon the umpires over for consultation. The referee should consult with the umpires at half-time, or at any other time, particularly if he notices dangerous or unsportsmanlike behaviour off the ball. Preparation before the game. The umpires and referee will have been appointed before the game. Care should be taken to ensure they have no interest in either team. The referee will report to the polo manager and take up his station in good time before the match is due to start. The umpire should report to the club official in charge of the pony lines at least 10 minutes before the start of the match. They should be dressed as for polo and will be issued with an umpire shirt, a whistle, and a pickup stick. Those who umpire regularly are encouraged to have their own. They should then check their pony to see that it is presented as for polo, with serviceable tack, all four legs bandaged, and with a ball bag attached to the saddle. Tails do not have to be made up. The pony should be experienced and fit to go the distance. Green ponies should not be offered. The umpire should then get the green light from the polo manager, who will have checked that all the officials and medics, etc. are in place. There should be a suitable horse ambulance available at all times, with a low loading ramp for easy access, preferably with screens that will roll out from the sides, and a suitable winch, and a tarpaulin as well. The task of checking on the welfare of the ponies, studs, etc. should be carried out by the club welfare officer. The umpire should then ride onto the ground as a pair as the 5-minute bell sounds. On arrival at the centre, they should check on the position of the referee, timekeeper, scorer, and medics. In the event of a player being injured, the umpire should wave his pickup stick above his head to attract the attention of the medical staff, who should then drive onto the pitch. They should note the colour of the two teams, and if they consider there is insufficient contrast, order the team lowest in the draw to change. At this stage, too, they should ask the captains if they are happy with the score as posted, as once the game has started, there is no redress. They should decide which end and side each will take. This diagram shows how the field is divided between the two umpires. Umpire A will act as the trailing umpire for all knock-ins and penalties as the play proceeds down the field from left to right. Umpire B will act as the parallel umpire, marking the 30 yards from the ball for penalties and knock-ins, and vice versa as the play proceeds from right to left down the field. Umpire A acting as the parallel umpire, umpire B acting as the trailing umpire, and then call the two team captains together for the toss to give the winner the choice of ends. They should be on the lookout for illegal player equipment, e.g. broken or long whips, or spurs or tack, such as bits or bandages. Finally, if the line-out is ordered and apart, the umpire can throw the ball in. During play, the umpire should work as a team. One should not dominate the other, however inexperienced he may be. One umpire should be trailing, the other parallel to the play. They will change as the play shifts from one side to the other. It is of the utmost importance that they keep up with the play, as only then can they have the certainty that a player has fouled and have some chance of convincing him that he has done so. On seeing a foul, the umpire should blow immediately. Delay causes confusion and uncertainty. Remember, however, the advantage rule, which allows an umpire to overlook a foul, provided it is not dangerous. If the side fouled would be disadvantaged were it blown. Blow the whistle loudly to signal a foul or to stop play for any reason. A soft whistle indicates uncertainty and in any case the timekeeper has to stop the clock on the sound of the whistle, and will fail to do so if she cannot hear it. When an umpire blows the whistle for a foul, he should immediately make eye contact with his colleague to seek agreement or otherwise. If otherwise, they will discuss the foul out of earshot of the players, who should be discouraged from gathering around, as they are prone to do, either on the radio or by coming together. If still in disagreement, they can agree to give a throw-in, or more usually consult the referee by radio or raising a hand. He then has the option of calling over the umpires, if not in radio contact, or he can make the decision from his own observation, foul or no foul. The referee should only give foul if he has clearly seen a foul himself. There will be many times when he will be unsighted due to his position and distance from the play. In these situations, he should give no foul.
James, did you see a foul, mate?
Same as me. That's what we could see from the side.
Okay. The umpire should decide quickly on the penalty to be awarded. They may consult the referee if in doubt, and announce it loud and clear as follows.
It wasn't offside because he was on his own side.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but it was just different speeds.
Yeah, okay.
For me, it was different speeds.
Okay. 3, same as before.
Yep. Penalty 3. Penalty 3.
Taking into account the severity of the foul, the direction in which play was going, and the position on the field, remembering also the need for consistency. Remember, when awarding a penalty, the team that has fouled is given the chance to regroup in defence with 4 players facing the ball. Thus those awarded must take this into account. Should there be a dispute by the side penalised, as there often is, then the umpires should speak only to the captain and then only to clarify the decision.
Different speeds. You were going a lot slower than he was.
The umpires must penalise any dispute, excessive appealing or bad language by awarding a technical penalty. This normally takes the form of an upgrade to the penalty already awarded, and in the worst instance to a penalty 10A or B.
You agree, Tim?
I do.
At the end of play, the umpire should ride off together
Thank you.
and dismount in an area away from the players and report to the referee.
Thank you.
The throw-in. This diagram shows the placings of the umpires for the throw-in from the centre of the ground. Umpire A, throwing in, will leave a 5-yard gap between himself and the number ones. Umpire B will stand in the centre of the field. The umpire who is to throw in the ball must ensure the teams are lined up on an actual or imaginary tee with the nearest player at least 5 yards away, with a distinct gap between the two teams until the ball has left the umpire's hand. If the ball has gone out of play over the sidelines, then the umpire should stand inside the board or sideline. The ball should be thrown in hard and underhand. After a goal has been scored, the umpires will allow the players a reasonable amount of time to reach the centre of the ground at a canter, but they will not wait for players changing horses, who will do so in their own time. If the umpires are to throw the ball in for any other reason than after a goal has been scored, they should stand where the ball was when the whistle was blown and throw the ball towards the nearest sideline or board. The hit in. This diagram shows the positioning of the umpires for the hit in. Umpire A will come in behind the hitter, acting as the trailing umpire. Umpire B will start on the 30-yard line and act as the parallel umpire. The ball should be placed by the goal judge just inside the back line and more than 4 yards from the goal post or sideline. The striker may place it, but it should take less than 5 seconds.
Just till he...
Play!
The parallel umpire should stand on the 30-yard line, the trailing umpire come in behind the hitter and call play. As soon as he is satisfied that the defending players have been given sufficient time to take up position, none to be forward of the 30-yard line. Should there be unnecessary delay in hitting in, then a penalty 6 shall be awarded. Penalties in general. There are 9 specific penalties, all of which involve a strike at the ball, except penalty 7, the throw-in, and penalty 10, the sending off of a player. Rule 39 covers the correct taking of penalties. Only one player may place the ball and must take no longer than 5 seconds. Once play has been called, the striker must not circle or cause unnecessary delay. The penalty for abuse of the above is a penalty 7. In addition, for any penalty on or within the 60-yard line, the striker and his team members may not make a full shot after the initial strike until a member of the opposition has hit or hit at the ball. Penalty 1. A penalty 1 should only be given for a deliberate or dangerous foul in defence of goal. It should not be given as an upgrade to a technical. The team fouled shall be awarded a goal, with the umpire instructing the goal judge to signal it. Play should be restarted by the umpire throwing in from the spot 10 yards out from the centre of the goal towards the boards, with his right hand nearest to the back line. Ends are not changed. For a penalty 1, the umpire A will stand in the centre of the goal with his right hand towards the back line and throw in between the two teams lined up 10 yards from the back line. Penalty 2, 30 yards. The umpires must firstly give a choice to the captain of the team fouled of either a hit from the spot where the foul occurred or on the 30-yard line opposite the centre of the goal. The team taking the penalty must be behind the ball. The team defending must be behind the back line and at least 30 yards from the ball. They may not stand between the goalposts nor enter the field of play through the goal. Should a defending player cross the back line before the ball is hit, then the umpire will raise an arm and blow the whistle. If the penalty has, or would have gone through the goal if it had not been stopped or deflected by a stick or pony, then the goal shall be awarded.